What's up, everybody? Big Herc 916. You tuned into another edition of my vlog. Hopefully, you enjoyed your holidays. You got to spend time with family and friends, and you got to really have a positive experience. And that's a beautiful thing, man. When you can share that with people you love and care about. And today, I want to talk about Big Herc. You can't tell me what to do. And what I mean by that is, no, I can't tell you what to do. I can only share my life experiences, hoping that you will make better choices than what I did. I'm not here to try to preach to you. I'm not here to try to say that I know what's best for you or what you should do with your life. I'm just simply trying to create a platform where I'm able to hopefully positively influence you to make better choices and not go down the wrong path. There's a lot of platforms out there, a lot of these hip hop platforms. They want to talk shit whenever anybody gets into trouble, or they want to, troll different people, and you know, they're not really providing any positive outlets for kids or young people to grasp onto. And I'm not saying that I'm the savior. I'm not saying that I know all the answers or I have the best answer. I've seen people say, "Oh man, you should just mind your business and let the youngsters be. They're gonna do what they're gonna do anyways." Well, that's what everybody says. Everybody says that, can't nobody tell you nothing. You're gonna do what you're gonna do. It's a part of growing up. It's a part of life. Blah 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 blah. Well, I beg to differ, man. I wasn't a bad kid my whole life. I wasn't like I grew up and my mom was doing drugs, or we had to rob and steal to put food on the table. But I made bad choices, man. I did have a shitty stepdad, and I never really had a male show me any type of affection or love as far as a child. So I always felt that it was easy for me to assert violence towards another male that resembled me because of my anger. And if I would have had somebody breaking down these things to me, maybe I wouldn't have gravitated towards uh, hood activity, gang activity so much. Maybe I would have realized that it was a product of just being around another black man who didn't like me, who said things that were hurtful and made me not want to be around, certain people. And a lot of kids are going through that. Step parents that treat them horribly. You stay in your room all day. I used to stay in my room all day just to escape. Create my own little fantasy world. And I know a lot of you kids out there create your own little fantasy world through your video games, through things you do. Maybe drawing, maybe making stuff, and it can be scary, man. But because of social media and the opportunity now to watch different videos, maybe these videos that I make can open up conversation, and maybe give you an outlet to go find help, or people who will listen to you, so that you can um, you know maybe get the assistance you need before you take on a certain persona. I wasn't, like I said, a bad kid my whole life. I used to skateboard and BMX. I used to want to be the next Tony Hawk, you know, Mark Gonzalez, Lester Kasai, um, Tommy Guerrero. I used to be all into skateboarding, man, and BMXing, and freestyling on bikes and stuff like that. I was a cool kid, man. I didn't do a lot of dirt, but when I moved to the hood, it was just so impactful, that short period of time. And I embraced it, man. I felt like this is where I could shine at. Even though I was a straight A student, even though I was one of the only and probably the best black skateboarder in the neighborhood, or one of the top skateboarders in my neighborhood, I embraced the dudes I saw with the cool cars, with the candy paint, with the D's and Zenith and Vos, and the Jerry curls, the perms. I embraced all that. I embraced it for the wrong reasons, because I wanted that. I want that acceptance, man. I want to feel like people, looked up to me. People wanted me, wanted me. You know what I mean? And by wanted me, I was a part of something. And it created a whole cycle where I was I got involved in something that it was hard to walk away from, and that impacted me years down the line. Even though I moved away and saw other aspects of life, it still resonated with me, and it was easy for me to turn on that switch anytime I went back to the hood to be that person. And it took me years to figure out what all this came from. Like I said, I wasn't a dumb kid, straight A student. As a freshman, I was taking trigonometry, and sophomore I had algebra 2. I was taking Spanish. I was in chemistry class. I had very high classes. I could write calligraphy. I learned how to do computer programming in the 8th grade. But I didn't have the right people cultivating that to where I could take it to the next level. Maybe I could have, went to Stanford. Maybe I could have went to, Princeton. I could have did a lot of things, but not having that mentor, or the confidence, it played a major factor. And my mom, she was always kind of there, but didn't have that push. And I needed that push, man. I needed that push to take me over the top. I needed that push to give me the validation that, yeah, it was all real. I was really capable of achieving these things. So when it goes back to me sharing these videos, and me trying to hopefully create dialogue and inspire, no, I can't tell you what to do, and I'm not here to preach. And when somebody gives a video of mine a thumbs down, I just kind of shake my head. And it's funny, and I read some of the comments, but I don't read a lot of them, because some people are just naturally dark people, negative people, dark spirits in the world, so they have nothing going for themselves, therefore they don't want you to have anything going. And I hope that you listen to some of the things I say, so that you don't have to go into a place where you're held captive to figure them out. There's a lot of people who wasted their life, and they want you to waste yours. They want you to throw your life away and not prosper and not make a change for the better, because they never did anything with their life. And I'm telling you, you can do something with your life, and you can, take it to the next level. I had to come to this realization, in a dark place where I couldn't do anything but look in the mirror and live the same thing over and over again. And I wasn't able to even act on a lot of this I learned until I was in my 30s, man, my mid 30s. So it was a hell of awakening, and sometimes it's frustrating, because I wish I would have paid better attention. But what could I have paid attention to? I didn't have anybody. I didn't have the uncle or the cousin that was making good choices that could guide me. I had relatives that worked, but it wasn't like I inspired to be what they were doing. They didn't know how to feed my dreams. My dreams are always bigger. Just like you guys out there. I know you have big dreams. You want nice things, and my dreams are always bigger, man. So it's like, where do I find the answers to fulfill my dreams? Who do I talk to? Who do I go to? You know, it's all cool to talk about the bling bling and all this, man, and the floss, and but at the end of the day, man, who do you turn to? And a lot of these people you see with all that stuff, man, they've been handed it. Somebody gave it to them, you know, and they didn't really work for it. And the one, some of them, you know, it's on loan. It's not their shit, you know. But to really go about creating your own, sometimes you need somebody to take you under their wing, to believe in you, to give you opportunity, and if anything, you know, inspire you. And this is what this is all about, this channel. Not about prison, not about jail, not about glamorizing being locked up, not about exploiting the negative aspects of life, but more or less sharing with you different things that pop up in my head that I think need to be heard, things that I think kids need to hear in order to make the choice of not picking up the pistol to go to school to be cool, or to go hang out in a library and to read, or to go to an entrepreneur class, or to, you know, take that extra job down at the, you know, the coffee shop, or at the, you know, mailroom at the real estate office, so that you can learn, you know, and get off the streets. You know, that's what this is all about. It's not here. I'm not here to preach. I mean, you do what you want with your life, man. If you love, you know, what you're doing, and you don't mind taking risk and putting yourself out there like that, then hey, man, do what you got to do. You know, it's there for you. You know, I don't want to deter you from your destiny, but if you're kind of looking for something extra, and you're looking for uh, a positive change, something that's gonna give you a good feeling, well, this is what this channel's about. And like I said, I've never had a mentor, anybody who really recognized me for me, that sat down and talked with me about my dreams, not just telling me, you know, go do this, go do that. You know, somebody who wanted to actually hear what I had to say. So I share with you these positive thoughts, and I'll continue to share them with you, you know, along with different things, you know, car stuff, you know, clothing videos, just having fun, enjoying life, you know, me and my wifey and stuff. But other than that, man, you guys out there, you know, subscribe, share the channel, and just know that you have all the potential. It's just a matter of you uh, acting on it, believing in it, and making a choice, man. That's what it's all about. You know, I can't tell you what to do, and I'm not preaching to you. I'm just sharing. Big Herc 916, man, keeping it real.